Yeah, of course.
Thank all of you guys for being here again. I think this will be the last Zoom call before the drop. From here on out, we're gonna have more consistent Zoom calls. They'll have more structure to them, so we'll have topics. We're also gonna be putting out a calendar. So we'll start there. We're gonna be starting the May with a full calendar of all of our events, all of our team calls, team lifts, team dinners, and park day. So we're gonna post this schedule on the website for you guys to take a look at, but we'll also email it as well, and we'll also update through close friends list as best we can. But just to kind of look at it at a glance, every Sunday we're gonna have a team call. It'll be various topics. You guys will be able to see the topic in advance so that you'll know if you want to be a part of it or not. Um, and then here's the schedule. You guys should be able to see that. So team calls will be every Sunday. Launch day will be this Friday or this upcoming Friday. Rebrand events will be the 6th. Team lifts will be every other week on Fridays I think we're shooting for 4 to 5 p.m. And then team dinners will vary, but our first one will be on the 16th. And then I think we just changed the park day from the 10th to the 17th, but we'll update that as well. Um, in terms of the rebrand event, that's going to be on the 6th from 4 to 8 p.m. For you guys that are in Arizona. We're going to be selling a limited drop shirt with TG. We're going to be doing events. They're going to have a Pong tournament. We're going to give away a TV. That's going to be the grand prize is giving away a flat screen TV. Um, but there's going to be a lot of other vendors there, pull up challenge. Is there anything I'm missing, Drew or Jimmy?
I don't think so. I mean, if you guys in Arizona, definitely show up. It's going to be a great time. To kind of go back to the calendar thing too. Um, that's right now since we're just starting. It's going to be just AZ. Obviously, you guys are obviously more than welcome. We'd love it if you guys came out here for anything like that. But we're trying to broaden, obviously, so we want to get out to everywhere. So as we grow and the brand grows, that event schedule is going to continue to grow, and hopefully, that's just nationwide. We can hit everywhere, hit every town that we need to.
And now that we're going to be a month ahead every time, if you guys ever have any like events for us that we can plan for to try and get out to different states or just in general move around or even different parts of Arizona, if we can get that as in advance as possible, so we can put it into the calendar for maybe May, but June and July. So if you guys ever have any events, even just like food drive events, anything that you can think of that would be relative to the brand or community building.
Yeah, any idea is greatly appreciated for sure. To find that schedule too, we're gonna email it out once we get it finalized. It'll also be on the website. There will be a whole menu tab up there. You can just hit the menu bar, and it'll say upcoming events. We'll have that whole calendar on there, so you'll be able to go find everything on there. I think we're also gonna have it on the Instagram as well. I think we might pin it on our profile, so you'll also be able to find it on the Instagram or the website. If you ever need to find out where those are, we have all the info on it. So hopefully that should be enough information on there.
And then, oh yeah, last thing with the rebrand event though, first 25 people to show up to the front desk get a free t-shirt. So if you guys want a free t-shirt, be one of the first 25 there
And mention the ad.
and mention the ad.
That's gonna be me, baby. Coming for that shirt.
You don't count, Jimmy.
What are you talking about? I want one too.
Okay, fine.
Cool. And then Drew,
Um,
yeah, you can take it from here, Drew.
yeah, let me go ahead and share this. Hopefully, if you guys check your emails, I'm always 50-50 on checking my emails or not. All right, sick. You guys can see this, yes?
Yes.
Cool. So we just sent out this email. It's a little marketing playbook. I'm sure some of you guys had hopped on some of the visionary calls with whoever was kind of on your list there. But a big feedback loop that I was kind of getting was, how can we market ourselves? What can I do to just present myself better on Instagram? This is kind of a little snippet of that. So we put a little marketing playbook. Like I said, we emailed this out to everyone, so it should be in your email. If you haven't seen it yet, you can go back and reference it there. If you can't find it, let us know. We'll get it sent to you. But basically, obviously, being a visionary, we are all the brand, right? It's not just buying t-shirts, selling t-shirts. We are the brand, just commitment to self-growth, self-evolution, all that type of jazz. So people that are going to be attracted to the brand are going to gravitate because of who you are, right? So basically, it's really just being yourself. As simple as it sounds, be yourself, be authentic. There's no facade or any face that you're going to have to put on here. You guys want to be a visionary. If we didn't believe in you, well, we're already a great person, if that makes sense in the lamest terms. So yeah, just core reminders that we want to remind there. Yeah, you are the brand. Be authentic. No need to put on a certain aesthetic or anything there. And it's mindset is contagious. The way you live your life, if it's working well for you, people are going to naturally gravitate towards that. So when it comes to online posting or anything like that, a couple like pillars that we kind of built out, or at least that like I'll personally do too, is just mindset culture. So whether that be any event that you can show up to, share something on your story, yeah, any event, make a hard post, whatever you kind of want there. Personal journeys, that's just literally being who you are. People love to be relatable, right? Like if you went through something hard and you came out of it a better person, I think you should ultimately share that. People love, comeback stories, anything like that. People will want to see the hard shittiness of life, as stupid as it sounds, because then they're going to see, oh, okay, I went through this for a reason. It's just going to be more relatable. Motivation, obviously, any sort of thing that's just motivating, anything that inspires you, definitely going to inspire another person. Put that out there. Value and knowledge, just anything on discipline, how you got to where you are today, anything just help uplift people. And then a product and style. Obviously, as you get your products in, those of you that pre-order and everything, take pictures, post them and whatnot. Just share the clothing in general. I mean, some people are just fashion heads and want to be all over that, so that never hurts. And when it comes to posting too, CTAs are massively important, call to actions. Um, you got to have something that's going to make someone do something on your post. So that'd be, yeah, follow for more mindset content, tag us when you wear the bolt, join us for Friday at TG. Technically, that'd be like our team lift. Yeah, join us for Friday. Something, a call to action. The comment something on my post to get this, something to make someone interact with your post, basically. Collaborating is always super important too. Collaborate with your friends, collaborate with any other big influencers out there, whoever you might think it just kind of aligns with your niche and who you are. Collabs are always helpful. You get into a bigger, broader audience doing that. And when it comes to setting up your profile, definitely your bio, it is crucial. Bio is important. Your bio should clearly state who you are, what you stand for, what you do. Someone should be able to come to your bio and basically know who you are and what you do. So put that in your bio. That's pretty important. And then highlight anything about team mindset and kind of how you relate to it. If you're a tattoo artist, team mindset, tattoo artist. If you're a barber, team mindset, barber. Whatever you are, who you are should be in there. And then if you guys have logged into the Visionary portal before, you guys have that custom link that you guys can go copy and share to anyone. Anyone that clicks on that link, your code's going to automatically be applied through that link. So put that in your bio for sure. You'll be able to track that too in your Visionary portal. You can see how many people have clicked on your link, how much time they've spent through your link. So it's pretty cool. I would definitely recommend putting that link out wherever you can. And then off social media, when it comes to in-person stuff, like I was mentioning earlier, be the brand, wear mindset wherever. Obviously, if you like the gear, wear the gear. It's comfy. I'm not being biased, but I love it. Yeah, literally practice what you preach, show discipline, energy, kindness. Just be a good human being. People are going to attract to good human beings. If you set out to like more people are going to like you. So that just goes hand in hand with being authentic too, right? We're not selling the brand. You're just being who you are and just understanding that life is driven through your mindset. People are going to naturally be gravitated to that. So that alone is a big enough key there. When it comes to pop-up and events presence, yeah, invite people to the events that you're going to be able to make it out to, or if oh, I'm going to be in Arizona this weekend, you should go check this out or whatnot. Just sharing it around, like growing the community literally, and yeah, bring energy, and you're going to attract other people by how you show up and your excitement behind the event, right? And then gym and community involvement, introduce your story when people ask about the gear. I know at least me personally, yeah, every time like I wear the white mindset tee on the back, the immersion tee, people ask questions every single time. Well, where'd you get this? And it's never, oh, you can get it at this website. Oh, it's from this brand mindset. We're a community of like-minded individuals, right? Lead into that authentic conversation. We're not trying to sell the t-shirt. We're selling the movement. We're selling the brand. Yeah, and you guys could even take that into your own hands too. Just hosting your own team workout, community day, any kind of mindset circle, book club, anything like that. Anything that you think will just going to bring great people together too, we're all for it. Kind of goes hand in hand with the event calendar too. If you guys think of any great ideas, please, we would love to hear more ideas. We have a lot on our plate as it is, so more ideas of events. Awesome to hear. Tools to use. Canva's great. It's free. There's a paid version too, but the free version works great. Super simple, easy to use. Same with CapCut. They got a free version on there, which is fantastic in my opinion. That mindset calendars that we're going to have on the website and on the Instagram. You'll be able to see everything on there, so you'll be able to stay in touch and know what's going on. And the same with the Visionary portal. We're going to be putting out more like stickers once we get to launch date. We're going to put out little custom story templates for all you guys to download, and you'll just have a little spot that you can go throw your code in. So you can go paste those all over your stories too. The Visionary portal is going to be your best friend when it comes to any marketing tools. We're going to throw everything in there: stickers, extra codes, free shipping stickers. All that's going to be in your Visionary portal. So yeah, make sure you guys get logged into that if you haven't already. It's how you get paid out. Everything's through the Visionary portal for the most part. If you guys have any issues, you guys can reach out to me personally. I handle most of that stuff when it comes to the online presence. So yeah, I'll definitely help solve any problems, any questions there too. As far as yeah, kind of that. Does anyone kind of have any questions as far as, just marketing itself? Any questions about that email? Take that as a no.
I think
Sick.
the other thing too is we're gonna also upload all of the product pictures so you guys can use those when you post. So you'll have the like quality backdrop product pictures that you can use when you post your drop day post or stories or whatever you guys decide to do.
For sure. For sure. Sick, yeah. And then yeah, does anyone have any kind of ideas right now off the top of their head as far as events, anything like that? Any ideas, anything you'd even dislike? If anything you dislike about the events, please speak up. No. All right, sick. We love that. Then we're all good.
Speaking,
Oh, Craig. Well, are the quality drop? They aren't yet. I think we have like 3 or 4 product pictures up in there. Thank you for reminding me though too. I'm gonna get those. Tomorrow night. I'd say tomorrow evening. They'll be up in there for you, Craig. So if you go to the Visionary portal and then the marketing tools, it'll be under the product picks folder. I'll get everything uploaded in there for sure, and then you'll have all the product picks to go and use. Eek. Sick. Yeah, that's kind of all I kind of had on my end. So,
Nice.
yeah, Jimmy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, again, if I just want to reiterate, if anyone has any ideas, like you guys are the most central part of our community pretty much. So if you have any ideas in terms of things to add to the calendar, always, like feel free to reach out or uh, express whatever you're thinking. Um, so I guess just to kind of finish off, what we're gonna talk about is just a question, a mindset related question. And then just kind of leave it for open conversation. Um, and the question for today is, what is the most important mindset habit that you have utilized this year? Um, I guess just to kind of start it off, for me, the biggest habit that I've changed this year, specifically related to mindset, has been um, just like my emotions in general. I mean, like it's almost like kind of cliche to say as a man, you're pushed to not feel your emotions, right? Or you're pushed to ignore them for some reason or another. And that's definitely something mindset related that I've really explored and changed this year, where a lot of my emotions, I have made a real effort to feel them. And as opposed to, I guess I should make a distinction here where sometimes I just do need to feel the emotions, but sometimes certain emotions require action, right? Like I think anxiety in particular is an emotion that requires action most often to really help eliminate it. Some emotions don't even need to be eliminated. Some emotions just need to be felt. Sadness is one of those that most often you just need to feel it. You need to let it exist and let it be a part of you and realize that it's something that will pass eventually. So I think for me, the biggest mindset related change that I've made this year has been revolving just around emotions, understanding which emotions I need to take action on and which emotions I just need to feel. So I guess I would ask each one of you, like, what you could either add on to that if something similar's happened to you, or just maybe talk about like what emotions you guys have felt, or sorry, not just emotions, but which mindset related change that you've made. Jesse.
Hey, for me, I have noticed this year for myself, I've gotten back into healthy habits for myself, like getting back on a regular routine, eating healthier, even something simple as just like cleaning my apartment. Like I don't have like too much to say about it. It's just like I feel like I've been like on the up with getting back into like my healthy habits I used to be in.
So do you think like the biggest related change that you've made this year is just becoming a little bit more consistent or a little bit more disciplined with those things?
I would say disciplined, yeah, because I think I lost a little bit of my discipline last year. So just getting back on like a healthy routine that I used to be on.
What do you think has like motivated you to make that change?
It's a good question.
That was a great question.
Maybe like hitting a low point in my life, just like motivating me to go back up.
Interesting. I do think, you know, like it's weird because like most often see it's like significant changes in our life, like so we have to reach a breaking point. Like I was listening to a podcast this morning, it was Huberman. Probably most of you guys have listened to Huberman at this point, but he was talking with like an addiction specialist, and he was saying that most addictions aren't broken unless someone hits what they call like the breaking point, right? Like an
Like rock
emotional,
bottom.
yeah, rock bottom, crazy hard breaking point, and they realize that like their entire life sucks, and then they make a change. Then they go to the addiction center or the therapist or whatever they need. And it's like, I wonder to myself, like often, do you really have to go to that breaking point, or can you like, I don't know, can you stop early?
I think
I believe you have to.
You
I
think
think
you
Because
have to
I
hit the
mean,
breaking point?
especially if someone's like a little hard-headed, I think you have to hit like a point in your life where you're like, damn, I need to like get my shit together a little bit. Like,
I think it's after that one breaking point though that you're like able to finally learn from others' mistakes instead of always having to learn from
mhm.
your own mistakes. I feel like it usually takes one breaking point for you to finally realize you don't have to break every time. You can finally like look at others and be like, where'd they fail before you fail? But it's hard because you're right. If you're really stubborn, you have to go through it before you can come out a different person.
Dang.
100%.
Well, thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, that's
I
all.
see Craig has put in the chat, the glass is half full. I have had a number of things to look overcome this year, so looking at that glass is half empty because of some essentially looking at the glass like it is half full all the time as opposed to looking at it like it's half empty. Always room to grow and your time will come. Take a few tries. On a vacation in an amusement park.
Oh yeah.
Well, that sounds like fun. But yeah, I mean, I totally agree with this. Like no matter what is happening, like you can there's only really two ways to like view that type of situation, and viewing it as the glass being half full is definitely more beneficial.
I'm gonna tag mine because I can't talk.
Uh, wait, was Cruz trying? You trying to talk there, Cruz? You're muted. There we
There it
go.
goes. Drew and I both are in the same room, so it'll. But I also feel like the other same of that, like people get really hard on themselves, like, oh, I need to be doing this better. I need to be doing this better. I need to be doing this better. Like that is such a great thing to like help motivate people. But I also think like something I've really learned is you also have to be kind to yourself. Like there's no rule book to life. There's no like if you do this, this, and this, you're gonna become successful. There's no like this is the right answer. This is the right way to do this. This is the only way to do this. Like everyone's thrown into life. Like we're just trying to make the best of what we know from experience and what we know from what we've learned through our experiences growing up. So being able to be like kind to yourself and understand that like you're not going to make the best decisions at all every time. You're not going to be at your full 100% capacity, but understand that that's okay sometimes. Like be able to be kind to yourself and acknowledge that you can be you can be at the bottom sometimes, but know that that's not where you want to be. So like the
Hmm.
other side of it, like vice versa, kind of the same way. That's really what's one of the big things I've learned this year.
Wow. What do you think like led you to give yourself a little bit more grace? Like, was there a breaking point there, or do you feel like it's something that you came into this year already just kind of knowing and you wanted to?
I feel like I definitely came into this year already knowing that, just because there's so much. A lot of people tear themselves down over little things, and a lot of people are always like tearing themselves mentally down, physically down, and emotionally down instead of like giving themselves a little bit of kindness to give themselves the understand that it is okay, you know.
Hmm. Oh yeah. How do you think, like, how have you applied that recently? I mean, if you don't mind, like giving a situation where you basically gave yourself a little bit of grace, like didn't necessarily, tear yourself down for something that happened.
I think definitely for me, like now that I'm done with school and done with like my nursing career, and I look back and I'm like, dang, it took me 7, almost 8 years to finish my college career. Whereas most kids, they get it done in 4 years and boom, they're already done with their school. But I did it. It wasn't like I took the fastest route. It wasn't like I was the smartest kid and got it done in like 2 years like everybody else. But I still went through it all. I still did it all. I still finished it. So I gave myself that kindness, that grace to understand like I didn't finish as fast as everybody else. I didn't finish on top, like at the top of the class like everybody else, but I still finished. I still proved to myself that I could do it. I gave myself that kindness. I gave myself that grace to understand that like I took a lot longer than everybody else, but yeah, I still did it kind of thing, you know?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, dude, I respect the shit out of that. I think
feel like
definitely do
that,
think that's, go ahead.
I feel like that kind of goes hand in hand with what I was telling Jimmy earlier when I was answering this question for myself is like instead of being so like uptight and like super anal about things and like it needs to be done a certain way, like with like brand in general, like just like I want it done a certain way instead of like being so hard on myself for it to be a specific expectation, just like enjoying the journey and like giving myself more grace and actually like realize that I'm living my dream and we're building a community and we're doing a lot of things that we should all enjoy doing. And like, I don't know, I feel like I don't want to lose the love I have for the brand because I have such high expectations for it.
Wow. Oh yeah. Does anyone else want to like add to that conversation or talk about something like a mindset change they've brought into the year?
Yeah, I'd say for me to kind of go back, it was kind of similar to Jesse's of just like getting back to like healthy habits and just like being disciplined. Like for the longest time, I noticed like just recently, the past 2, 3 months, I was very monotonous through life. I was just kind of taking it day by day, which is good, but I had kind of no strict structure of what I was going to be doing that day, even maybe for the week. It was kind of just tell this needs to get done today. It doesn't matter how long it is. Nah, it needed to get done in 2 hours, so it made more time to go maybe work on a relationship, maybe to go to a movie with friends, something like that. I was very focused on just one thing in my life and not structuring my life accordingly to accommodate for everything else in my life, if that makes sense. So it was getting back to being on a strict routine and a strict schedule that I needed to follow that ultimately gave me the life I kind of wanted, if that makes sense. It watered all my plants, it made sure all my relationships were in check, it made sure I was in check. Just getting back to a really strict schedule and staying disciplined to it. It's definitely been something that's helped me out a lot recently.
Yeah, I mean that definitely relates to you made a post on your Mind by Mendez Mindset by Mendez account, and it like immediately what it made me think of was everyone makes big goals. Everyone loves big goals, these huge overarching things. And that's great to have a big goal that you're chasing, but like the day to day, like the little things you do from day to day is what makes you who you are.
Right.
Like even just small little achievements on a day to day basis add up to those big like dreams and goals. But
Yeah,
that's
kind of
basically
like what I mentioned
discipline.
in the video. Yeah, no one will ever notice those small little things, but they freaking matter. Like those small little like stilts in the bottom of a structure required. Without those little stilts, the whole structure would collapse, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, to add on to that, like from what Cruz was saying, I mean, obviously, if it doesn't go perfectly as planned or something goes wrong, like give yourself some grace. You don't need to stress about every little thing to make sure it's leading you exactly towards the life you want. But like in general, having that discipline and that routine, I feel like does lead, like direct your life in that
for
where you want
sure.
it to
As long
go.
as you have some sort of direction, I feel like you're fine. Of course, be prepared to go back left and right. It's not going to go according to plan, but have at least some sort of structure, some sort of, what do you call that in bowling? Bumpers. At least have
Like
some
our
sort of bumpers so you don't fall into the gutter.
okay, yeah.
Greg, I appreciate you.
Anyone else? Let's see. JJ, maybe you want to share? Abby?
Yeah, I can share if you guys want. Because one of the biggest things I would say for me recently has just been more so focusing on the now, but being more present in the now as well. Just like having more meaningful conversations instead of always just thinking about my day to day and always being so stressed about my routine because my day to day is, I work 10 hours a day and then I have an hour drive to and from work. So that's 2 hours of my day that's gone. and then I got to go straight to the gym and have, gym work and then go home and eat, sleep, shower, repeat. So it is it's nice having a day-to-day routine like that, but it's taught me a lot to also just take a step back and focus on the now and just like realize and have appreciation for where I am at. Like I had a big realization about that about a week ago where we were in our house and I was just in my kitchen making some dinner and I was just taking a deep breath and just living it all in, man, because we were basically living the dream that we were talking about a couple years ago or like a year and a half ago of like getting our own place and now just doing the things that we need to in life to become a better person and going to the gym every day and like working on the brand and doing things that we want to do as a person, and just individually. And it's really fun. It's a lot of healing, I'd say, it's been very healing.
Yeah, I feel like it's super easy to just get caught up in the day-to-day routine activity, right? And you're just like, bro, this sucks. But
Yeah,
sometimes you do have to take a step back and be like, bro, me 6 months ago would have killed to have the life that I have right now.
absolutely.
I need to
Yeah.
be so much more grateful. Like,
Yeah, for real. So just be like having that grateful feeling just constantly with me now and just having more appreciation for the people that I'm with, the people that I surround myself with, and like the small wins that I see every day with like even coming home and seeing my friends and my roommates doing the same day-to-day thing every day is just really helps me out a lot too, because I know that I'm not alone. I know none of us are alone. We're all here trying to become a better person and to be growth minded, to become that person that we want to be. So it really does matter when you take those small wins every day and add that to your life, because that'll get you to where you want to be in life and accomplish that big goal that you really want towards the end.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, there is definitely a lot of value in having a different perspective from moment to moment and realizing, I mean, even in some of the most monotonous situations, I've found something that is unique and interesting about it. I mean, that is definitely like the main benefit of mindfulness is taking a step back from the dreaming state that is thinking. When you're constantly thinking and reacting to every single thing that happens to you, like that's useful in some situations, but like if you never take a step back and just absorb what is directly in your environment, then you'll never really, I mean, in my opinion, you'll never be able to really connect with life itself. Because that's what it is. It's what's happening right now. This is the only moment you could possibly exist in. You can't exist in the past or present.
Oh, absolutely. And one thing I can definitely say, just to add on to that and to everybody here too, as well, is the main source that's helped me a lot with that is meditating. I find meditation very helpful now. Just doing some things from this waking up app that I use, it's on everybody's phone, and with Sam Harris, really just helps me out a lot. And Jimmy, I know you know a lot about this because you're the one that introduced me to it.
Oh yeah. Okay. Did anyone else want to add to that or possibly talk about their mindset related changes?
Yeah, I think there's something to add to your comment about having really, really big goals. And a good phrase that I think I remember, if correct, is people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 5. So we're always in such a rush to get things done. I want it done my way. It has to be a certain way instead of being able to be fluid and taking some new information and shifting, adjusting however you might need. And like Drew said, you're having that big goal, but it's going to be a winding river. It's not always going to be a straight line. It's going to be this weird highway that like the Arizona highways is not going to always have good days. So that's a really good point to keep in mind, that it's going to take time if you have that goal, and things are going to change. We can't predict pretty much anything. So you just have to go with what we have every day and just take every lump as it comes, and just literally one day and one step at a time.
Reach. Yeah, I feel like a big part to kind of add on to that too, and maybe kind of rethink of just like understanding maybe that big goal that we have. We would have never gotten there without that winding road, because maybe this really shitty thing we went through taught us how to love ourselves, whatever the scenario was, right? And we would have never achieved that goal. Yeah, if we never took that little detour to the left, we would have never learned that lesson to be able to hold that ultimate goal that we wanted, right? I think it's
Right. And experience is a cruel teacher sometimes. It teaches us something that now we know how to respond, sometimes react. So it just depends. And you could still utilize everything in the lesson, good or bad. So, it's something for the arsenal.
Yeah, and it just sucks in the moment, like the pain and sorrow, and you're going,
Yeah.
like, why am I just suffering? But then eventually, it's like, okay, like,
Yeah.
I understand now.
Oh yeah. Okay, that was also just a phenomenal input. Abby, did you want to talk about maybe with something mindset related that you've brought into this year?
I'd say between this year and last year, I think, sometimes we can really get stuck up here more than anything, that we convince ourselves that we aren't capable of something or another, or that it will never ever happen, and we just sometimes we get more accepting of the negative side of things, and we let that be the driver of the train, and the train just kind of slows to a stop. So that's something that I'm still working on shifting, like having recently gotten out of a different living situation into a much better one now. Um, Knowing just how I don't want to be with now where I am, and things are still progressing and moving forward. I'm just able to make progress on a few different things in a different way now. But sometimes we also convince ourselves that something that's in our way, it's actually not really in our way. It can be our perception, or maybe we're not willing to make certain adjustments. Maybe, we need to change the environment, get out of that one to go do what we want to do to make progress and meet those goals, even if that means uprooting yourself from a different environment, whatever that situation is. And
Yeah.
to be in a better one, and it's asking for help is still something I'm working on. I'm terrible at it day by day. So that for me those are like my biggest struggles, is convincing myself that, you are capable, you are deserving, you want to do these things, right? So I
Mm,
just have to get out of my own head. So acknowledging the emotions, as you said, not letting them be the negative driver, but using.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, also like, I mean, in a way, what you're saying is like embracing, essentially what you're saying is like embracing change, but at the same
Mhm.
time, like, I mean, there are also some things that you just got to do, even
Yeah,
if you don't want to, I guess.
yeah, because there's that, or you have to accept that you're not going to, and some people just assume, you know what, this is just not gonna happen, and that's a whole other rabbit hole. But positive things can happen, and most of the time we need to bring that to the forefront. There are days that I have negative days, we all do, but just, acknowledging that it was a bad day, and just doing what we can control positively, that keeps us moving forward, instead of keeping ourselves stagnant or in the tar, molasses, whatever you want to say there.
Yeah.
We need to be our own driver, but also be willing to adjust and ask for help, and make changes where it's necessary. And I think a lot of people kind of struggle with that part of it, is, no one's coming to rescue you. No one's knocking on your door saying, hey, so and so, I'm here to do everything for you. Like, that's not part of the deal. So I think sometimes we get convinced that, if someone just notices that I'm upset, like, you have to also notice that in yourself, and be willing to acknowledge that, not just acknowledge it, but, do something, take the action. We can acknowledge it, but we also have to accept that, what, things need to be done differently for whatever the reason is, and to move forward however we
Mhm.
need to.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I agree. Well, did anyone else want to add anything to that or share their own mindset related thing?
I don't want to add it on to Moise.
Oh.
Someone else. I'll shut
Go
up.
ahead.
No, you go, you go.
It was kind of I liked what you said there, Moises, about just like thinking positively versus negatively. I was actually just talking to Mike about this the other day of just like, what do you think's more important, more positive thinking or less negative thinking? And they did studies and everything on it, and it was more important of just less negative thinking. Positive thinking is great. You should always have positive thinking, but just taking out less negative thinking, that's the naysayer in your voice who says you can't do this. Oh, I'm too tired. You know what? Yeah, that's the voice that makes you listen to how you feel. Like if you don't feel like doing anything, you're never going to get anything done. Because let's be honest, 90% of the stuff we do, we don't want to do anything. We would love to just sit at home, relax, eat junk food. So it's just less negative thinking. I like how you said that. Yeah, it's just positive thinking is always great. You should always be improving that, always have it. But yeah, just silencing the naysayer voice in your head, that's crucial. That's the only thing that's almost holding you back. Like just less negative thinking, shutting up that naysayer voice. That's all I kind of had though. You can go. Was that Hazel? Were you gonna talk?
Yeah, I was gonna say like I'm kind of doing the same thing as Jesse. I was going through like a little seasonal depression because it gets cold here, like really, really cold. And I kind of lost myself a little bit, but I've been doing affirmations and self-love and getting myself back in the routine and yeah, just keeping my mind, you know.
I mean, recognizing it's
Yeah,
you could sit there and swallow and wallow in it all day and just poor me, poor me. But props to you, yeah, you don't have that victim mentality. You're gonna make a difference.
yeah.
Action on it. It's huge.
Yeah. Okay, did anyone else want to talk about anything? We do have obviously like a bit less participants than some of our other calls. So we don't need to go the full hour, but if anyone else wants to add anything to that.
I also just kind of want to add on top of anything too. If anyone ever wants to chat about anything, yeah, don't hesitate to reach out to me personally. I will gladly have a conversation with you too. I know it's a lot harder even over groups. Sometimes people hate sharing stuff in a group. I've definitely been in that situation before. But I'm also very relatable too, and I'm very understanding. So if anyone ever wants to chat about anything, I am all ears. I love, in a weird way, I almost love hearing about problems. Like, I just love
Hey,
providing perspective.
I'm right there with you, Drew. I honestly, I just love, talking about these things in general, like, and especially like when it has a real impact on someone else. It just feels good to help them through stuff like that.
You should make a podcast.
Hey,
Honestly, I would love to. I
keep
would
You
talking
guys
about it.
should. You guys could just talk for an hour and
honestly, and then we'll have guests. You want to be first guest?
sure. I'll be a first guest. And then just have like questions at the end too. Like have like 5 questions each time.
Ooh, true. It's almost like
Yeah.
until the next episode or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually a great
Mm-hmm.
idea. All
Heck,
right,
hey, you never know.
I'm gonna have a
Yeah, you
name.
never know. You guys should.
Oh yeah. Okay. Do we want to wrap this up?
Yeah, I don't have anything else left on my plate. This is the last call before official drop day, so I think that's freaking awesome. Yeah,
Woo!
yeah, super stoked. Yeah, everything's been rolling well. Everyone's doing phenomenal on promoting. I see everyone's posting and chats, conversations, so it's great. I am incredibly thankful for every single one of you guys. Like literally, and I could cry right now, but it's Sunday. It's God's day. I won't cry for him.
You can cry.
Dang it, not in front of everyone.
Happy tears, happy tears.
No, but for real, yeah. Thank you everyone for showing up, constant support. This community is freaking phenomenal. More than grateful for it. The second is drop day. Amped. It's gonna be a great day. Excited.
Woo! That's all I'm talking about.
Hell yeah.
Big drop day, big things happening. Lots of amazing moments to be had.
Thanks. A lot more great conversations to have. Next call too is at next Sunday on the 4th.
Next
So on the
Sunday.
1st, we're gonna send out that calendar too. So you guys can put whatever's in gonna be in your calendar. We have topics in each of those two when we send out the post and look on the website on that calendar. We're gonna have topics for each discussion too. So if you guys want to do a little bit of homework or whatnot, or if you're just more passionate about one, yeah, definitely just plan to hop on that call.
Okay. Alrighty. That's it then. I will
Cool.
see all of you amazing people hopefully next Sunday, if not earlier.
All right.
Sounds good.
Bye.
Appreciate all
Bye.
y'all. You guys, have a great Sunday.